We came down from the 120 and made a small stop at Half Dome View to check out the view of Yosemite Valley. We made a short stop on our way at the Cascade Creek, which was not so much a creek anymore, but a pretty big waterfall. I really do recommend going to Yosemite in April or May because the waterfalls are just humongous. This is normally nothing more but a little creek, but there was an incredible amount of water when we came here. And seeing that waterfall was just breathtaking to me. I have never in my entire life seen a waterfall, and this is not even the most impressive one yet, but it's the very first time I ever saw what amazing things nature could do, and I was just so impressed by it. The next thing we did is we went to Bridalveil Falls to take a short stop and check out the fall that you can see in the distance over here. Once again, a huge amount of water.
So we just got to the Bridalveil Falls, where we're gonna go over to them and check them out. We just stopped to go to the bathroom because we've been driving for like 4 hours, and that's pretty much it. So we're gonna go to the Bridalveil Falls now. Okay, see you later.
Because of the amount of water that there was, several of the trails were flooded or at least partially flooded. You could still walk, but yeah, you'd have to be careful because of the amount of water there was. We were able to get reasonably close to this waterfall, even though the trail was flooded. As you can see here, many people stay where we are standing because of the amounts of water, people getting wet because of it, but my gosh, is it a humongous and beautiful waterfall. What we see here is when we went to the swinging bridge, we can see the Yosemite Falls in the distance here. I'm not quite sure why they call it the swinging bridge. It's a little bit rickety, I'll give you that much, but other than that, it was amazing to go because you had an amazing view of the waterfall, and we got some really nice pictures of us in front of the Yosemite Falls, and it's beautiful down here in the valley. Now, this is a bird we saw a couple of times, but they are so quick, you really have to be ready to take a picture, or in my case, take a video. This is a stellar jay. It is just beautiful. And once again, I can't stress enough how amazing it is we went in May, because everywhere you looked, there were tiny waterfalls. Now, it's pretty busy in the mornings. I would definitely recommend getting here as early as you possibly can to find yourself a parking spot, because it is parked full. People are parking on the sides of the road, on the grass, wherever they can. The trails were decently busy. Starting at the Happy Isles Bridge, there were lots of people, but as you continue further towards the Vernal Falls, it is not too bad. This part of the trail gets a little bit more dangerous. There's a pretty steep slope on the side, so you definitely want to watch out, go one by one, and let other people pass. And here we can see Vernal Falls, just absolutely beautiful. We decided to, from there on, hike towards Mirror Lake. And instead of taking the bus, we just walked over to the trailhead of Mirror Lake. It was an interesting trail. And after having seen Mirror Lake, we drove to the visitor center to go to the shopping store there, buy some stuff, from which we went to a valley view, from which we can see the Bridalfield Falls in the distance here. And it is another amazing moment to take some really nice pictures with these beautiful waterfalls in the distance. After having gone to Valley View, we went to Tunnel View, where we can see the whole valley of Yosemite, still seeing Bridalfield Falls in the distance over here, and some other smaller waterfalls on the side. It is absolutely breathtaking. On day 2, we went to Mariposa Grove, where this guy is giving us some information about the sequoia trees that we can find in Mariposa Grove. As we were walking up the trail, there was a ranger giving us some information about the trees, the sequoia trees, and tourism that they used to have here in Mariposa Grove. If you look closely, you can just see the tail of this little squirrel here hiding on the tree. And as you are walking all the way at the beginning in this main loop, I believe it's called the Grizzly Loop Trail. It's very short. It's mainly just to go to the Grizzly Giant. You're walking on somewhat of a bridge, so people don't touch the trees because the trees are not rooted that deeply. So it's real troublesome if people stray from the trails. In the middle, we could see some of these deer who are absolutely not impressed by the amount of people that were walking here, probably already pretty familiar with all the human folk coming about in their home. And here we see the Grizzly Giant. This is the Old Faithful couple, two trees that have grown into each other. This is the clothespin tree. It looks very awesome as it seems to have been burned right in the middle of its trunk. we still have no clue what this is. And even though we'd only intended to walk a short while, we actually walked all the way up to Wawona Point, and it is an amazing view. It is at a 6,834 feet elevation, I thought. Um, let's just round it up and say 7,000. It is amazing the view you have. I took a panorama picture here. It is incredible. The trail is pretty decent. It is not that straining whatsoever, so I definitely recommend you going here. It wasn't too busy. Most people went to the Grizzly Giant and then turned back, so not that busy. On our way back down, we saw these two squirrels quarreling, so I decided to take a little video of this one squirrel right here. And from here on, we went back to our car and drove back home to the Bay Area where we both work and live. So yeah, that's the end of the vlog. Thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe. I'll put my link to my Instagram account in the description, where soon I'll be posting more pictures of Yosemite, so please go and check that out too. Yeah, I definitely recommend going to Mariposa Grove, checking that out besides just Yosemite Valley. So once again, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have an amazing rest of your day.